So hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is your PsynideNeel over here, and today we're gonna benchmark this game Star Wars Battlefront 2 real quick on my PC. So my test bench is i5-8400 and 1066 GB paired with 16 GB dual channel DDR4 RAM running on 2400 MHz, and we are running this game on the driver 461.92. So pretty much this game was launched in 2017 and I got this game for free in Epic Games because they are giving away this game for free like with several other games. So let's try this. Now let's start with the Ultra preset. You can see in the settings I have kind of cranked up all the settings to Ultra. It's pretty much the default settings that I took on my PC. So let's start the game. Well, roaming around in the first mission, I see that the game is like really well built and pretty much really well optimized for any kind of device it's running on, and the looks or the graphics or the textures in this game are really like, I really love it. Like the only one game I was impressed was Crisis, and after that, well, this game looks kind of similar. Like you can see the graphics, the whole effect, the whole scenario, and the whole environment is really good. And the FPS, as you can see, we started with 80, like 84, 83, and then it's kind of saturating on like 70s, higher 70s, like 78 to 79, 80 sometimes, and average is kind of on like 80. My GPU resource is on like a full 100% usage, and the CPU usage is upper 70s. So that's a great thing because we are playing this game on Ultra on 1080p. So that is a really massive thing. You can see 70 FPS on 1080p is really good. I mean, if you are playing this on a 60 Hz monitor, so that doesn't matter because you are getting more than 60 FPS on Ultra settings, and this game running really cool. And you can see the graphics, this is really awesome. Now in the high settings you saw that we are getting 80 FPS, but that was when we were in the ground and it was actually loading a whole map. But now in the medium settings, this is pretty much the whole game. I have no control over this on the story. So we are on space now. Depending on the situation, we're getting some high FPS here, but the actual thing is there's no real map to load. The textures are okay, but there's only a background, so that's why the FPS is kind of higher. And you can see there's a massive jump from 80 to 100 plus FPS. It's moreover running on 120 plus FPS. GPU is still on like full usage, and CPU is on like 60% to 70% usage, and that is good for high settings because you are still playing on 1080p. Because pretty much if you have a 1066 GB or similar card like that, you are gonna play games on 1080p because that is the reliable thing you can do on this card or this specs. So let's move towards the part. We can see the FPS is hovering around 113 FPS, and sometimes it's dropping on a low 90s. So yeah, that's a drop, but there's not much significant difference you can see if you are playing on 60 FPS, but you can definitely play this game on 70 FPS on any settings. So yeah, that's a really great thing. Sometimes CPU spikes up to 70%, but pretty much it's hovering around 71 to 72%. That's pretty much it. And our average FPS is fluctuating, but still it's more over 112 FPS. That's all you get in this specs with this game. The visuals are really well built. You can see that. I mean, this game is really enjoyable. So let's move towards the next part and let's crank down a bit to medium settings. Let's go. So we are on medium preset actually, and now as I was telling you about the whole space and ground difference of the FPS, because when we are on the space we're getting like 100 plus FPS, but now we are on medium settings, but also we are on ground, so we are getting higher usage, but sometimes low, rather higher 90s or mid 90 FPS. So that's because of the thing, because the game is loading the whole map, that's why. But in the space it's only the background, that's all. And depending on the space, the actual playing zone is kind of smaller, but in here it's loading the whole map. That's why the usage is higher. You can see it's CPU usage is upper 70s sometimes, and GPU is on like full usage. So and we are getting like 80 to 90 fps, but it's averaging on 91 fps. That is enjoyable, I think. And if you're gonna play this game on high, you're gonna get like upper 80s, or sometimes like average will be on like 82 fps on ground. On space you saw that in the last segment. So that's all you get in the medium settings for this part. Now let's crank down to the last, the ultimate part if you are using old school GPU, so that will be the better thing. So we are gonna play on all low settings. So let's do this, guys. So now we are on the low settings, like all low settings. But I was playing this game for a while and I was like enjoying the story, but what I realized is there's not much difference in the graphics when you are playing on medium or low settings. There's not much difference, but you can see the FPS is kind of get locked on 144. That is really good for the low settings, because GPU usage is still on like 99%, but CPU is on like 60 or 70 sometimes, but that is good. And whatever I saw is like the FPS is really good. And at first when I was testing the game, I felt like the wall, well, I thought this was my display port problem. I was getting some noise on my display, but at the end I realized, well, this is the reflection going on in this game. And look at this, it's like massive, dude. With the ray tracing graphics, I think this game will look like, you know, god level game. So well, that's my thought on this game. And you can see we are getting upper 30 fps. That is really good on the low settings, where our fps is averaging on like 120, or sometimes like it's dropping down to 90 sometimes, or 100, lower 100. So yeah, but pretty much we are getting like 111 fps on average. That is really great for the low settings or for the playable experience. Like if you are playing this game on low settings, that is also enjoyable, depending on the graphics you are getting from this game. But well, so my final thought about this game is, well, this game got a lot of different scenarios. You can see where the CPU or the GPU usage can crank up to like 100% sometimes. And so the actual reason is this game got different storylines. So sometimes you are on a planet, or sometimes you are on space. Well, when you are on the space, no matter what settings you are using, you are gonna get higher FPS than ground. But when you are on ground, FPS is actually struggling, but it's not struggling, it's low than the space. So that's what you get. And I didn't find any significant similar space. So the testing this game is kindly depend on the average preset or average FPS you are getting. So that's a thing. I recommend you to play this game, get this game. I got this for free, and if you don't have this game, just download it or buy this. That will be great. I mean, play this game. This game is really good. I mean, if you have a 1060 or a similar GTX card, I mean, if you have not played a game on ray traced graphics, I mean, this is the game to start with, to feel what actually ray tracing will look like. I mean, this game is a pretty much better representation of the ray tracing graphics. I mean, in the ray tracing graphics you will get better visuals, but well, this is not bad also. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, drop a like. If this video is informative to you, well, say something in the comments. If I missed something, drop that in the comments. If you want other game benchmark, don't forget to write them in the comments. Discord link is in the description. You can join and talk with me about future contents. So that's all, guys. And if you want more similar type of contents or the content I make, drop a sub. That will be thankful. So thank you, guys. Meet you in the next video. Bye bye.